childhood myth. And so gods from history, men that are sick on the sticks. NCAA football is where they now exist. As guardians of the dynasty, they are sick on the sticks. That head coach out of Florida, Freight Trench Shane is the name. Crushing all his rivals, cause that's the game they play. From Philly to Wisconsin, they never stood a chance. If you're feeling salty, get on his show. Trash Talk Tuesday at 9 p.m. There is no equally, nothing like this exists. These men are all giants, they're sick on the sticks. You try to be just like us, the story's old as time. Might as well call Disney, you're a Jedi and we're Order 66. Hurricanes are ablaze. Count your days cause you're through. Filthy's usual dominate you. He stabs people daily, so watch out for his blitz. D-linebacker or safety, he's sick on the sticks. And now Jdog starts to growl, gearing up for the big fight. He may play Taylor Swift, but on the field you'll feel his bite. Get your ass to the kennel, or don't you get my drift? This man is a dog, he's sick on the sticks. There is no equally, nothing like this exists. These men are all giants, they're sick on the sticks. You try to be just like us, the story's old as time. Might as well call Disney, you're a Jedi and we're Order 66. You think we might be done, but that's where you're wrong. Hive, Torque, and Doc are just the middle of this song. We got Dynasty, Jonesy, Zoe, and Dell. Best of us, they're in the mix. I told you we're all sick on the sticks. We got 22 other guys, I haven't even named one. Straight coach and shine, first bombs is move. God's just playing a little game. Expert, it's even in his name. Hard hitter, Evans or even Rich, you could be his next bitch. There is no equally, nothing like this exists. These men are all giants, they're sick on the sticks. You try to be just like us, the story's old as time. Might as well call Disney, you're a Jedi and we're Order 66. This league is Hall of Famers, every single guy. Your league is just a decoy. We got Stevie, Irish, and B-Boy. If you wanna get humiliated, Retro NBGZ can facilitate ya. T-Raw is last in this mix, he's still sick on the sticks. So challenge us to battle, we won't run from a fight. If your league is worthy, you might win the night. But just remember this, we'll make you all rich, because every one of us is sick on the sticks. There is no equally, nothing like this exists. These men are all giants, they're sick on the sticks. You try to be just like us, the story's old as time. Might as well call Disney, you're a Jedi and we're Order 66. How many times do we have to tell you we are sick on the sticks?
everybody? It is your boy Snypz. We are back in the building, and man, it has been a cool minute since we have done a game here for the Sick on the Six family, man. And we got a good one here tonight. We got Galactus and an 8-2 Wolverines taking on Hive and the 7-1 Oregon Ducks here for the Sick on the Sticks Week 12 game of the week. And we're about to get this thing going. But before we do that, I have to introduce my guy, my ace, my main dog, my man Jdog. What's good, Jdog? How you doing, brother?
Hey, how's it going, Snypz? I am so happy to be back on the call with you, man. I'm doing fantastic. I'm so glad to be on the call with you. Glad to talk to you a bit earlier. Glad to hear things are going well with you. Been keeping tabs. As always, you've been calling some great ones. Saw you had a draft stream last night, so that was pretty cool to tune into as well.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, definitely was cool.
So yeah, we're super thrilled to have you back here with Sick on the Sticks. Like you said, it's been a hot minute, but we're glad to have you back, and we should have a fantastic game on our hands tonight. Galactus has the Wolverines screaming back into contention after a long while for Michigan, and Hive is probably going to have his hands full tonight. We'll see. He's got a very strong season going on so far, so this is going to be a pretty big game with some really huge stakes, more so for Galactus for sure. He's right now on the outside looking in for the CFP. Hive could lose this game and almost certainly still be in the CFP versus Galactus. He loses here. There's only one more game after this, and it's not looking great for him. So we'll see what happens, but big stakes.
Now from my understanding, Hive is actually he's the front runner now to win the chip this year, right?
There's a solid argument for that, for sure. It's kind of, I don't want to call it log jams, but there's definitely several teams that are up at the front there. Jumper with Colorado at 9-1, he's sitting pretty strong. You got E. Warren with Virginia Tech at 9-2, is obviously a really strong team there as well. We can't ever discount these teams. Honestly, we've got a bunch of really strong users that are all really contending for these things. We got Schmitty up at LSU as well. Be remiss if I didn't mention him. And of course, you know, just a lot of quality users here. Whitey with Oklahoma, just barely won today, but he won. He won. So, and of course, I mean, I could go down the list, right? So if I forgot to, don't worry about it. But we've got a lot of teams that are going to make the playoffs that are legitimate threats. So, yeah, it's Oregon. Yes, if Hive wins the championship, would I be surprised? Absolutely not. But to say there's a clear front runner, I don't know. I might contest that.
Okay. Well, look, bottom line is we got a game to call here tonight, and this looks like it's going to promise to be a pretty good game as we got Oregon starting off with the football. So here we go. My man Cali Buck in the building. He's saying go Ducks. We'll see what happens here as they'll start off at the 25-yard line. Now, again, it's been a minute since I've done a college game. But, man, I'm so intrigued about this game here. I was looking at a couple stats that a lot of the guys put out there, especially with this guy, Moga. He's been pretty special here for the Ducks. I'll have you talk about him in just a moment. But he's starting off running the football, and he's going to get a solid first down. Good cut, and that's a quarterback we're talking there, doing big things already in this game. 1st and 10 at the 48.
Yeah, that's a quarterback, but this is not like the insult like when they called Lamar Jackson a running back. That is a running back. He was the player of the game a couple weeks ago, having not thrown a pass. We're not joking when we say he's just the running back here.
Wow, 1st and 10 at the 48, and he's going to hold on to it again, and this time he's going to get stuffed for a 1-yard loss here. Luke Moga, 2 straight touches. He's got 26 yards, and 2nd and 11 coming up here is the Wolverines right now. Again, 8-2 in the regular season, so they're number 15 right now. So they're still on the outside looking in for the college playoff, as you stated. But do you think they have an opportunity to get into the postseason?
I do think they have an opportunity. I think it's really important that they win this game to do that.
This game should definitely put their ranking up if they can get the dub against number 3 Oregon, as a completion is going to be made. And that'll bring it down to a 3rd down and 6 coming up. As you can see, Amari Eagles got 110 yards on only 2 catches last week, had a touchdown as well. And here we go, 3rd down and 6 here at the 44. Gun set here to Estrada this time.
That is freshman quarterback Carlos Carne Estrada.
I like that. Carne Estrada. I like that. I like that. Back for the pass here. Blitz coming, though, and that is going to be... Wow, I can't believe he made that catch. Directly in traffic, a 1st and 10 here to 36. He keeps the sticks moving.
That's a heck of a catch right there and a ballsy throw, no less. I mean, wow. Not a lot you can say. Great coverage. It's hard to do better than that.
Yeah.
I'm sure Michigan wants more out of his cornerback, that's for sure.
Indeed, indeed. And he gets the pass off before getting hit and is able to get about 8 on the play. So 2nd and 2 there is, you talked about him, Carne Estrada, 1,624 yards, 18 touchdowns on the year so far. Still got a couple weeks left before the chip games and then obviously the college football playoff. Oregon sitting at number 3, looking pretty good right now at 9-1 as he's going to get another 1st down here. And matter of fact, I got to make sure I fix that record there. I thought he was 7-1 for a moment, but I do apologize for that. I'll make sure I fix that. 1st and 10 here at the 24. An RPO to the outside, a good spin cycle. That still goes, and there he is. He's out of there. Big play, and the game's first touchdown.
Man, and it looked like maybe that RPO was going to get blown up in the backfield, but there it is, the power. You make one man miss, turn on the Jets, and you are gone. You'll see it right, what I was talking about right here. It looks like, see, that guy's not blocked. This guy in the flat looks like maybe he's done, and then just right there.
Yeah, wow. Special.
Just special indeed. To be able to do that and then from basically a standstill hit the Jets and be gone. That's special, like you said.
So Oregon strikes first. And now the Wolverines about to get things started here. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Now, Galactus came to us recently from another league, and this dude is a baller. So I am not expecting him to just lie down and take this. I'm expecting him to come out and punch him right back in the mouth.
So a 2-yard gain on the play there, and it's going to bring it down to a 2nd down and 8 coming up. And look at Earl Lehan, the impact blocker. 99s across the board. Absolute monster for this O-line.
That guy's disgusting. And he's a junior, too.
That's crazy.
Disgusting.
2nd down and 8 here at the 19-yard line. And a quick pass outside, and he won't go anywhere. Good job by this Oregon defense shutting that down. And they'll lose a yard on the play. So 3rd and 10 now coming up as they shut that play down.
Yeah, he couldn't buy a block on the outside on that one. That's pretty sad.
Quincy Bell gets a solid tackle, gets a little bit of help from his brothers. And a 3rd and 10 now here is Michigan again back for the pass. And throws a corner route, and wow, he just misses the pick. He ends up getting the 1st. But I thought that was going to be an interception here, Jdog.
So too. I sort of see what he's looking at, but at the same time, right? Oh, he misses an animation right there, and I know Hive is thinking that should have been a pick as well, and it should have been. I don't know, man.
1st and 10 here at the 41-yard line is... We will launch this up, and another tough catch for another 1st down. Michigan responding there as Tim Moffitt gets the catch. So 1st and 10 now here at the 46-yard line.
You know, Filthy and I were just talking about this. It's a recruiting strategy. You get those big body tight ends, those big body receivers. They'll absorb that contact real well over the middle sometimes.
And a little QB keeper here. He'll get another 1st as he is knocked down at the 33-yard line. Now, how in the world, Vince? How do you pronounce that name? What in the world? Vince K.
I'm not going to try.
Vince K. We're calling him Vince K today.
Yep.
Vince K.
Let's not get either of us canceled.
No, we're not doing that today. We're not doing that today. 1st and 10 here at the 33. Good run again as he is knocked down at the 22-yard line, and a 1st and 10 as Dylan Sims doing big things there. Big up to Dylan Sims from New Jersey.
Yeah, that's a nice move right there.
1st and 10 here now at the 22-yard line. Michigan responding back from the first tutty from Oregon. And he's going to throw this up, and what a grab as he is knocked down at the 2-yard line. Massive catch there by Reed Stevens, and a 1st and goal at the 2.
Absolutely bails out his quarterback right here. High points that. Beautiful catch. Cornerback has no chance. Oh, love to see it.
1st and goal now at the 2-yard line. A good answer here for Michigan thus far. And this time going to hand it off straight inside. Breaks through, and there goes Michigan. Punching in their first touchdown.
Beautiful drive. Great execution right there. Option play on the goal line. Splits the defense. Doesn't allow them to focus on any one area. And then you just got to win your assignments.
And that's exactly what they did here. They won the assignment.
Yep.
Tough
and then
running.
You really are. Yeah, you're asking your running back to break a tackle for sure, but that's what he does.
Well, we got a game. These guys are going toe for toe right now. Somebody's got to get a stop eventually defensively, but we'll see what happens here. Big shout out to LSU in the building. Good to see you. 1st and 10 here at the 25.
Yeah, he's on that short list of people at the top. He knows it.
Good catch, and he gets another 1st down on the play. Good play. So 1st and 10 now at the 38. Both of these teams right now looking pretty poised on the offensive side. So 1st and 10 now as clock continues to tick. Just going to hand it off here, cuts it inside, and he will get about 9 on the play to bring it out to a 2nd down and 1 coming up as Amari Eagles gets him close to the 1st down marker.
That's what makes playing this Oregon team such a pain, is they have so much speed on the outside. It's hard not to spread your guys out because you want to cover that, but if you do that, you just open it up for Amari Eagles right up the middle.
And Amari Eagles is open for a moment, but he decides to throw it deep here, and that is overthrown. He had him, but it's a 3rd down and 1 now coming up here at the 47. He had him, though.
He had him, and that's one of those times where you're asking, what is my deep safety doing?
Wow.
He's staring at the backfield, and for what? I don't know what he's looking at.
Little bump situation right now here on 3rd down. And good route to get the 1st down as he is knocked down at the 44-yard line. So 1st and 10 coming up.
Yeah. Zig route is just, it's something you got to look for. It's why I don't love running zero blitz or something like, or just straight man on 3rd down. It's hard because you got to pick your poison sometime. But zig routes are just so deadly on 3rd and short.
They're extremely deadly in this game. Actually in Madden too. The zig routes are just crazy all across the board in football games. But a nice run here as he'll take off and get, wow, what a bulldoze. He gets 2, almost 3. What a run for the 1st down on that play. A magnificent shot downfield. We got to definitely go back to that in just a moment. But a 1st and goal here at the 7. And a quick pass out to the outside, or toss, we should say. And this time he won't get anything. 2nd down coming up. Look at this run. Wow.
This is like a Beastquake moment. He just, okay, a little head fake. Okay, all right. Get off of me. And then you get off of me.
Wow. Just wild. 2nd and goal here at the 8. The jet pass. Gets to the left side here. Gets some solid blocking, and there it is. Oregon punches in another touchdown.
Yeah, that's the jet sweep right there. There's a few jet sweeps that are just, it's almost too easy, right? You get some good blocking. You get a guy that's fast enough, and it's just like, it's almost.
Another tough play with the jet sweep.
You just don't have to block guys for that long, right? Because he's so fast coming around the edge.
Yeah. And we all know that this is an extremely high-speed type of game. So you just need a split second for somebody to block for you, and it could be curtains easily. But here comes Michigan for a 2nd time around. They had a great answer on their first drive. Hits him with the screen pass. A perfect play call. And there he goes. Past the... Oh, no, never mind. He's not going to get past the 40. And he tried. He definitely tried. He got down to the 37. But a big gain. 1st and 10 coming up.
That was a great play. The one other thing I will say, he started from his own 11 because he brought it out. But the one thing you gotta watch for Galactus, this dude is an ace at returning kicks and punts, so I would not be surprised if you can take one to the house. You will see him take it out just about every single time, and don't be surprised if you see him take one back.
Oh, that's good to know. That's good to know. I'm definitely looking forward to that. I like making calls about kickoff returns and punt returns. I love that.
I hope I didn't just announcer jinx him, but
Second down and 10 here at the 37-yard line. As Vince K with the quick pass outside, as he'll get another first down. Another solid move here for the Wolverines. So here we go. First and 10 out to 45 as he's responding right back here.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. He's keeping composure. Main thing, too, is keeping composure when you don't get anything on first down. Because 2nd and 10 stuck, right? But you just have to keep your head on straight and make sure you get yards. And just keep on pushing the ball.
That's all you could do. First and 10 now here at the 45 is landed off again. And this time it'll be no gain on the play. So it's going to bring it down to a 2nd down and 10 coming up. You mentioned something about composure. Who in the league right now you think has the most composure? Is it any one of these two, or is it anybody in specific that you think is the best as far as handling all the pressure? As we see a big catch there, gets another first down. But who's the best to you right now in the league that can handle the most pressure? I know I might have put you on the spot on that one.
No, I like that. I don't know that there's like a single user that's the best. I think as much as I kind of hate myself for saying this, but I'd probably think it'd be more like a tier list. I say I hate it because like this, tier lists are just...
Wow, nice play. He read that like a book. Well, he's still up and at it, and he gets knocked down at the 7-yard line. But I'll tell you what.
Thank you very much.
He gets a pick, and that's huge. And he ran it like he was the wide receiver.
Yeah, that's such good coverage downfield. He just there's nowhere to go on a zero blitz like this when you have coverage. Oh, he had a guy open in the end zone.
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
a quick pass, but
he missed that.
Yeah, he definitely missed that one. And 2nd down and 10 here at the 7-yard line.
That's tragic. No, I'd say there's, like, those guys all at the top, there's not a whole lot that faces them because they've come back from being down. I think both of these guys have plenty of composure. Like, for instance, that interception right there, I don't think he's thinking twice about that. I think what he's thinking right now is, I got to get this stop. If he knows that he missed that receiver, he's probably pissed at himself.
Yeah, right. More than anything, absolutely.
Right, but I think he's thinking, all right, well, I've seen this now. I've seen Oregon drive it a couple of times. Now I kind of know how to tweak it, and I got to stop this, and I should be able to.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't think there's any one user that's got more composure than the others. But by the same token, though, I do like all those guys. I guess at the same time, I have seen all those guys lose it a little bit.
They crashed out? Some of the guys crashed out?
Crash out is a strong word, but you see a little bit of time where it's just like, okay, that's what we're doing, that kind of thing,
Good spin cycle there, but he did not get the first down just yet, so Luke Moga couldn't get it. It's a 4th down, and it looks like he's got to punt the football out.
Mm-hmm.
And he will. So, first punt of the day. He got it in the red, so let's see where this goes. It's a far kick, that's for sure. And see if he gets past the 40. He will, and knock down at the 42-yard line. So, good return. First and 10 here, starting at the 42, as Michigan has another opportunity to tie this ball game up.
And he's in the perfect like distance and time spot to tie it up and go into halftime tied too.
Launches it up here and gives it right back.
Ooh.
That's what you don't like sometimes, is when you give it right back. And now this can really hurt the Wolverines. I mean, they're only down 7 here, Jdog, but when you give it back like this, man, it's tragic.
Yeah, I mean, you just can't do that. I think he didn't have anything open, and that's fair, but you just can't chuck it up there. Just try and run out of the middle or just take a sack.
First and 10 now here at the 44 as the Ducks get the football right back. Hits him with the play action. Good blocking. And wide open off the crosser.
Yeah.
And that is
Oh,
gone for another touchdown.
Yikes. Well, that turned around in 2 plays, right? It looked like he was in it looked like Galactus was in a really good spot to tie it up, honestly. I thought he was. And in 2 plays, it just turns on its head. It's a beautiful route, though. Great read. And just catches that deep third safety with his back turned. And can't have that. And just all the, like we talked about it, all these Oregon players are just bad.
Yeah.
It's not going to work out.
That's the one thing about this Oregon team is they are chock full of speed in every position pretty much. So you definitely got to be careful on how you guard these guys, and the certain angles that are in this game can be unguardable at times. As that's going to be a solid defensive play. Ends up getting 2 on the play, and that's going to bring it now to a second down as we hit the 2-minute warning of this Week 12 game of the week. And right now, 21-7, Oregon on top. It's been a pretty masterful performance for them. 2nd and 8 here as they will hand it off, and this time he's going to lose the 2 yards, so now it's a 3rd down and long coming up.
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised that Hive isn't taking timeouts here. I think I probably would be.
3rd down and 10 here at the 25.
Maybe he's saving them? I mean, he might just straight up be thinking he doesn't need him either way.
And he just gave it right back. He gave it right back, and Oregon is going to take a pick 6 home to the crib for another touchdown.
Except that he didn't because he's bellied on the 1?
Wait a minute.
No, he fumbled the ball at the side of the end zone, and then...
Well, he scored anyway. It doesn't matter. Touchdown.
That is the utmost disrespect.
Wow. So, yeah, we got to go back and look at this because how did he fumble this football?
I think he thinks he's going to score. He just did it early and didn't.
Wow. But then he scores right after. But, man, that was wild. That was wild.
That's like a... Oh, why am I blanking on his name? Eagles wide receiver.
Oh, Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson. Yeah, Deshaun. Not Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Not Deshaun Watson. It's Deshaun Jackson. Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah.
Deshaun Jackson.
I almost said Watson too, and I was like, no, that's the wrong Deshaun.
Yeah, that's the wrong Deshaun. No question. Yeah, Deshaun Jackson, man.
I'll never forget that. That shit was wild. I watched that live, and I was like, what are you doing?
And oh man, those type of balls right there are not the ones you want to throw. The cross body throws like that, those are dangerous, especially against a high power defense as well too. We talked about it plenty of times already. This is a fast defense, and he got in there for the sack, and it's a 4th down at the 1. I thought that was going to be a safety.
I can't count on one hand the number of safeties that I'm for sure were safeties that they just say we'll count on the 1. But I guess it's not. Oh, he for sure sent the block.
Yes, he did. And he's going to get great field position starting at the 39. So at the very least at field goal range, well, we all know college football, it can be very difficult to make a field goal in this game, Jdog.
Oh, for sure. I don't think Hive is thinking field goal right here. I think he's thinking he's got 32 seconds and 2 timeouts, and that's more than enough to get the touchdown.
Absolutely. I agree.
And he's coming out to run the ball as well he should.
And here we go. 1st and 10 here at the 39. And tried to get the same play off that he did on the very first play of the game. This time it's stuffed. And it's a 2nd and 14 here at the 43 with the clock ticking down. 23 seconds left. And again, back for the pass. And gets hit. But the clock does stop this time around and brings it now to a 3rd down and 14.
That, folks, is why Luke Moga does not throw the ball here anymore. I mean, that's not why that was an incompletion. He got blown up.
He got annihilated. in the pocket. Third down to 14. Moga in the gun set. And Moga's going to keep it with all that speed. Gets all that blocking, and there goes Moga. That is a cheat code. TTC to the crib for the touchdown.
That is something else. I think, frankly, if I'm Galactus and I see number 10 in the backfield and I came out in dime, I'm probably just coming out in nickel right away.
Yeah.
Because I'm just assuming it's going to be a quarterback run of something.
Wow.
That's dirty. Like you said, it's a cheat code. Moga is just disgusting.
Yeah. That's just too much. That is a straight cheat code, and Michigan's going to take it to the half and play it smart here. But right now, 35-7 for the number 15 Wolverines. They are down in this one. And, man, I ask you the question right now before we start this third quarter, man. What do the Wolverines have to do to get back in this game? Because this is looking really tough right now for them to get back in this game.
Yeah, I mean, well, the first thing they have to do is just commit to not turning the ball over ever again. Like, I don't care if you lose the game. Just don't turn the ball over. Because you will not win the game if you turn the ball over ever again. So, like, that's all there is to it, right? You have to commit to that. Take sacks, that's fine. Understand that he is going to be leaving guys in quarterback spy. Like, recognize that. He's been doing that. What does that do? Well, that takes one guy out of rushing, and it also sort of takes a guy out of coverage. So use that to your advantage. And outside of that, just be a little bit more patient. Run the ball more. You had it blown up a couple of times. Don't let that completely discourage you. Maybe run out of shotgun, run out of sets that he's not expecting you to. But you got to keep your head down. And frankly, he's made a couple of throws that are very uncharacteristic, and that I know he knows are not great throws.
Right.
Get your head on straight and understand that, like, whether this loss ends up being really ugly or just a little ugly will probably also matter to if he is even capable of making it to the college football playoff. I don't know if he loses whether it matters or not, but, you know, he should hope that it matters, right? So,
yeah, he should definitely hope that.
I would think that would be a factor in his head right now as well.
So 1st and 10 here at the 45 as we start the third quarter of this game of the week. And right now it is a 28-point deficit for the Wolverines. And he's going to launch this up here, and he did stop at it. That's good user right there to stay in bounds and get the first down catch. 1st and 10 here at the 29-yard line. That's perfect user right there. Just make sure you stop at it.
Great catch.
And just stay in bounds.
Mm-hmm.
Back for the pass here again. Drag is wide open, and the drags are so dangerous in college, and that is the reason why he tries to giddy up and gets knocked down at the 4-yard line. 1st and goal coming up now to 4 after that big play.
He's keeping his head on his shoulders, that's for sure, and this is exactly this. I mean, you asked what he needs to do. This is it right here. Now, whether he can get a stop on defense is a whole other question. I mean, we know he can. He's done it. But this is what he's needed to do, at least to start.
And he will punch it in, so there we go. Wolverines get themselves back in the mix with a big touchdown.
Yep. Something but it got the job done, and it got him 7 points closer.
And at the end of the day, that is all that matters. Get yourself back in the game and just, you got to crawl before you walk. Right now you're crawling. Let's see what the defense could do here and see if they could get themselves up a little bit, at least standing by the table before trying to walk. We'll see what happens. For 1st and 10 here at the 25-yard line, Oregon, who has been just masterful offensively today, is back to work here at the 25. Connor Estrada. I love the name. I just love it.
Yeah.
Hands it off here.
That one came courtesy of Hive, who is our resident nicknamer. He's the one we my freshman halfback at Wisconsin is Juan Philbin, and his nickname is Air Force One.
I like it. I like it. 3rd down and 1 coming up. Texas A&M saying Texas A&M is coming for y'all.
He is and he may well be okay. We got the first down. He may well be in that list of people that I said, is just under. I can't keep on naming all the teams that have 2 or 3 losses that are just beneath who I was talking about. But yeah, I mean, there's going to be 12 teams that make the college football playoff, and any one of those teams can win the college championship, right? It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
So, there's going to be certain teams I would expect to be a little bit more likely than others, of course. But at the end of the day, you make it in, you got a shot. So prove me wrong.
Absolutely. Oh, nice play to the outside. Got some great blocking and is able to get the first down midfield at the 50-yard line. 1st and 10 coming up.
Jdog.
He's got a serious name, doesn't he? I was about to say the same thing. He has got a serious name on him, boy. Let me tell you.
It means business.
1st and 10 here midfield. And he could take off. He's got some greenery there, but never mind. Couldn't get anything going there. Brings it down to a 2nd down and 19. If that was Moga, he would have been gone. No question about it. Estrada doesn't have the wheels that Moga has, but nonetheless, big loss. And now it's 2nd and 19 here at the 41. And going to hand this off here, and he's got greenery right there. Call it 420. A ton of greenery as he is gone. TTC to the crib for the touchdown.
My goodness, how did he stay in bounds? How did he stay in bounds? I mean, I'm thinking this is about to be 3rd and inches, and he just tiptoes the line. Look at this right here. Just... Oh!
Wow.
Twinkle toes. I don't even... That's disgusting. If you're Galactus, you're just like, what? Like, what do you even?
Wow.
What can I do, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, it's really that Galactus really has to think right now, like, what is there for me to do? You know what I mean? He should have got out of bounds, and he just gives him he's just giving him the business right now, man. It was just a straight tightrope walk on the sideline, and wow.
That was crazy.
It's a tough...
That might be the first time I've seen that, honestly, in the game, something like that. And I've played a lot of this game to be seeing a first in damn near April.
Filthy said in the chat, this is one of them, you put the controller down and go, all right, then.
Yep. Yep. Oh, boy. Lord knows Filthy and I both been on plenty of those games.
And you almost got a pick there. He's going to bring it to a 4th and 8. He's able to go for it here now, right?
Down 42-14, I'm pretty sure he can.
Well, he's not going to do that.
I still don't know that it's a wise thing to do on your own 27-yard line.
Right.
Like, I don't know, like, if I would in his shoes, I think he can. I'd have to double check. I think once you're down by this much, you can.
Yeah, it's a 28-point lead. So that's how I was just assuming that he should be able to go for it now. Obviously, when the 4th quarter hits, he's got to go for it. It's 4th and go. That's it.
Yeah, if you're down by 21 or more points in the 3rd quarter, you can go for it whenever you want.
Gotcha. Thank you for clarifying that, my friend.
Always.
And nice catch again there. We'll get another first down as Oregon continues to just dominate in this game. Everything is open for Oregon right now. It has been open business for this offense. And I want to see what's going to happen defensively here. If he's going to change anything up here offensively. And he will not. But the good handoff here, and we'll get the first down on the play at the 42-yard line. I'm very surprised that he didn't audible out and give his slot guy a shot on that play.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I'm with you, I also, at this point, whatever he's doing is working, so.
Yeah, I can't deny that. And that's tripled coverage right there. And that's going to be...
That question.
Man. 2nd down and 10.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he had X wide open over the middle. That's just being greedy.
2nd down, hands it off, and gets another first and then some, straight up the middle and knocked down at the 19-yard line. Play before that you said X was open. Let's take a quick look at it. And X is wide open.
Yeah, right? For everything he wants and more.
Yeah. 1st and 10 here at the 19. And that'll get about a 6-yard gain on the play. 2nd down and 4 coming up. 376 total yards in this game. And we're just finishing the 3rd quarter here, Jdog. This is absolutely wild here for these Ducks.
I feel like you're gonna start thinking that I'm lying to you, because every time not every time, but I feel like there's a disproportionate amount of game. Never mind, I don't feel like, I think, because one of my law school professors once told me nobody cares what you feel like. I think that there's a disproportionate amount of these games that I'm like, hey man, this is gonna be a really good game. And then the 4th quarter runs around and it's something like 42 to, whatever. And we're like, wow, this thing is interesting. But I promise we vet these games.
Yeah.
Like, we get together as a group and we go through the schedule and we're like, yeah, these games, okay, yeah, this one looks good.
Hey, look, I don't think that you're lying about it at all. You know what I mean? Because, unfortunately, these things happen, man. And again, you talk about an 8-2 Michigan. I mean, he's only got 2 losses, man. He's played great all game, but man, when he goes up against a powerhouse here in Oregon that gets another touchdown. I mean, I don't know what else you could do at that point. There's really nothing else you could do.
Right. Well, and also he's got like two defenders out there that literally just did nothing. I love it when that happens. No, and also like you do have, sometimes guys just have an off night. That's for sure that happens. In this particular situation, yeah. I also have no doubt that it's ooh, I wondered if maybe he was gonna get one. I also wonder if there's a chance that Hive was tuned into the broadcast before we started and heard me say, I don't know if I would call Hive the favorite to win the national championship, and then took that shit personally.
Yeah, he might have. That could you might have struck a nerve on that one, man. You know what? I blame you for this. Now I wasn't blaming you at first. Now I blame you. You are absolutely correct. Yep, it's Jdog's fault. We got a nose wipe right now. It's Jdog's fault.
You gotta take the L sometimes, right?
Yeah, I guess so, man. We got a nose wipe right now, man, and it's pretty hectic. 1st and 10 here at the 34 is Michigan at this point. I think that at this point in the game, you just got to sling it. You just got to sling the football.
Yeah. I think there's 2 schools of thought in a game like this. One of them is you've been getting beat, but like at a certain point you're like, well, I do want to just run a conventional drive because I want to figure out, like, I still want to just try to get better, right? I want to figure out the next time I play somebody that's going to do this, what works. And if I just sling it, that's not going to actually make me better for the next game, right?
Right.
Or there's the school of thought that's like, yeah, I just want to put up more points to make this loss more respectable. And I don't necessarily have a problem with either. Like, as long as you're not being a dick about it one way or the other.
Right.
I don't think there's a bad way to go about it.
No. There really isn't. There really isn't at all. 4:50 left in this game, and Michigan clearly understands that this is going to be their third loss of the year. And most importantly, because as Jdog talked about earlier, this was a very important game for seedings. And this could more than likely knock him out of the college football playoff. Possibly. I mean, it's not guaranteed, but 8-3 record when you said, if I'm not mistaken, you said you got a lot of 2-loss teams and things of that such, right?
Well, yeah, and the thing that works against his favor is that the Michigan didn't have a user for a while. So, and I should note also, because I'm in the Big Ten and playing like dog water, so I'm not doing great. But the Big Ten is loaded with good users, Hive being one of them. So the CPU Michigan was just getting, walked all over. So they came into the season completely unranked. So even at 8-2, he was just 15th in the country, whereas there's other 8-2 teams that are in the top 10, top 7, top, whatever.
Yeah.
So he already came in with that disadvantage, which is just kind of what it is. Next season, he is at this point 8-2. He'll be higher than 15 for sure. It's just the luck of the draw for this season.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I'm actually checking right now to kind of see what it might look like for him. Where he has to go. Again, the upside is Oregon's the number 3 team in the country.
Yeah.
So typically, a loss to the number 3 team in the country doesn't look so bad.
I agree. I think this is one of those, obviously, number 3 coming in that, they're supposed to win this game. And
on the road, no less.
Yeah, exactly. And they're supposed to win this game, but Michigan, in the beginning of the game, he put up a fight. He was able to respond back immediately, and I thought that's kind of what we were gonna see with Galactus throughout the entire game, where he fought back every time Oregon scored. Kind of in a nutshell, just go score for score. But obviously a few turnovers started happening, and it ends up being an issue. All you really need basically in this game, one turnover seals the deal. One turnover can seal the deal in this game. It really can.
Yeah.
And obviously in this particular game, it definitely did. It ended up being a nose wipe type of game. A 35-point drubbing of the Wolverines here, but like I said, Wolverines are 8-3. They got to come back out here, I think, and just continue to win their other games and just hope for the best. But again, I don't know if they're going to get to the playoffs.
I will say this. So I did check his schedule.
Okay.
He's got one thing going for him, which is, and I don't know how he could have possibly forgotten this, because everybody that knows college football knows this, and shame on me for not knowing this. That the very last week is obviously Army-Navy, and nobody else plays that week. But the week before that, like the last week that everybody plays, is the game. Michigan-Ohio State.
Yeah.
And Ohio State just so happens to be ranked 7th in the nation. Ohio State plays me. They're going to win that game because I'm dog water. So they're not going to go down. So they're going to be at least 7th. They might be higher. If I somehow, me winning that game would be catastrophic for Michigan. I can't see a world where that happens. I'm going to be playing that game shortly here. But assuming, like everyone should, that Ohio State beats me, shout out to J Smooth, love you, bud. Please have mercy. Then he goes into that week, ranked presumably 7 or higher. That opens the door for Michigan if he can win that game, and that one will be in Ann Arbor, so that'll be at home. He loses this game, he's going to drop down, let's say, maybe 3 spots, because he lost to the number 3 team in the country, even though it was an ugly loss, whatever. If he can beat the number 7, 6, maybe even 5 team in the country, who even knows? Then he gets the benefit of the fact that he's not playing in conference championship week. Maybe there's a team that's in, 12, 11, 10, 9 that loses their conference championship game and get case. I don't know. It could get complicated. I guess what I'm saying is Michigan's not out of it even with this loss. He definitely needs to win next week. That's non-negotiable. And also, who knows? The CFP gods could be mean to him and like kick him down to 20 and just say, who cares?
Yeah.
But depending on how the rankings look, because he just so happens to be playing a very highly ranked team again next week, who doesn't have the, god tier roster that Oregon has. Ohio State has a very good roster, but I don't think he's got quite the caliber of roster. And also, again, the game's being played in Ann Arbor. I mean, everybody knows the home field advantage in this game is nuts.
Yeah,
so
it is.
Going on the road in Oregon versus being at home in Ann Arbor is going to be a big deal. I like him. I like his odds a lot better at home against Ohio State than I do on the road against Oregon. We'll see what happens next week for Michigan. And as for Oregon, he continues to win. He's on a great path. He's setting himself up as well as he can to get to that national championship we talked about earlier.
Right. So do you think for Michigan, do you think that this game coming up against Ohio State, this is a make or break game? This is it. This is the game right here for them. This is their national championship.
For sure. Well, and if you ask any Michigan fan, of course, no question there. Playing Ohio State's their national championship game every year, regardless. Right?
Yeah. I mean, we saw that we saw that this year where Michigan won the regular season game, but then Ohio State won the national championship. You know what I mean? And they obviously that is the creme de la creme. That's what you want to do, but. That when Michigan won that game, it was everything. It was I don't think I've ever seen a rivalry of that magnitude. That is probably the most wild rivalry in sports, in my opinion. Michigan, Ohio State.
I agree with you 100%. It is definitely. And what's even more hilarious, even though Ohio State won the national championship, you can still piss those people off about their season by reminding them that they lost to Michigan. Yeah. There's not many other sports fandoms that you can piss them off about their season after they won a championship. So anyways, but yeah, outside of the fact that is the game, yeah, absolutely. Next week makes or breaks Michigan's season without question. And again, that assumes that they don't fall too hard, in the standings regardless, right? So
yeah. Well, that was a tough game, no question about it for Michigan. But look, Oregon, they came out, they handled business, man. Final count in this one, 49-14. Now I'm gonna tell everybody right now what is going on here in the Snypz household. We are officially moving. We're going to be moving. So from today, because this was the last game that I'm doing for the entire week. So no more games on Snypz TV Gaming. No games at all until April 2nd. That's when we can go back live because we have to change the studio and everything else. I'm going to get ready as soon as we get off out of here. I got to break down this entire studio and get everything situated for the move. And then we'll be moving on, if I'm not mistaken, Monday next week. Ain't that a crazy day to be moving on a Monday? That's wild.
Yeah, what?
Yes, I know. But hey, it is what it is. But
no. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. I gotta do what I gotta do. Right? I mean, it was a cheaper rate for the movers because a brother like me, I repeat, I am not moving another iota of a piece of furniture again from a house to another house. I'm not doing it no more. I will hire movers gladly.
That's a young man's game.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you guys for the good lucks. I appreciate that in the chat. Thank you so much, guys. But we'll be off from now up until April 2nd. We'll be back on air and doing things on air. So again, I just wanted to kind of reiterate to everybody what is going on with that. So, man, this has been a lot of fun, Jdog, man. Once again, another great stream with you, bro. It's been a minute since we've done a stream. I was hoping that well, you know what? Will you be in the championships before I get back?
Before you get back, probably not, because I'm trying to think of the time frame. The second is like a week from now, basically, right?
Yeah. Wednesday. It'll be Wednesday next week.
Okay, Wednesday next week. If I had to guess, we won't be at the championship game before that. If I had to guess.
Okay. Well, hey, we might be doing a championship game together. How about that?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm down.
Well, yeah, we might be doing a championship.
I would love that.
Game. Yeah,
I would love that. We'll definitely be in contact with you as we zone in. I will not blow your stuff up because I know you'll be way busy. With
Now listen, I'm gonna say this. I will be busy, but I don't have a problem, responding on my Discord. I'm cool with that. I don't got a problem with that. So if somebody contacts me and asks me questions, I can let them know. I'm gonna let everybody know that look, I'm gonna be moving. I'll be back live, you know what I mean? But we can schedule something and this, that, and the third. So just once you know what your schedule aligns up, definitely let me know. Even if it's before we get done with the move and everything, just hit me up and let me know. I'll respond. Don't worry about that. I'll definitely respond.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Awesome. Well, if that's the case, I'll definitely let you know as soon as we know.
Yeah.
I'll just let you know what we're looking like, and we'll see what we can work out. Because absolutely, we would love to get you involved in as much as we can, whatever that looks like, as much as we can.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, look, we are gonna bid you adieu, everybody. Again, the final count of this on Oregon 49, Michigan 14. Tough game for Michigan today, and they have to square off against their rival Ohio State next week. So we'll see what happens with that one. I'll definitely be tuned into y'all Discord to see what goes on with that for sure. But with that being said, and for my guy Jdog, appreciate you once again for rocking with us here. And with that being said, it is your boy Snypz, and for my guy Jdog, we're gonna get on out of here. Take care, be blessed, and we'll catch you guys next week because I'm off for the whole week. All right, guys, we're out of here, y'all. Slide, folks.